I lived through the 80s and the 90s, and I remember when reloadable and disposable cameras were a thing that most everyone took with them everywhere. Nights out, concerts, parties, your car's glove box. These were the fodder of the inexpensive, plastic-lensed, who cares if they get destroyed cameras. These cameras let people wait a week or 10 days just to find out that they forgot to turn on the flash, or stood too close to their friends, or, rarely, took a great, if grainy and soft, photo that would be pinned to a corkboard or taped on a dorm room wall. I don't understand the source of the photographic community's nostalgia for those days, but I think it stems from the best that the DubbleFilm can offer. A moment from an evening where everything seems to be okay again because, back in the day, everything seemed to be okay. Nostalgia embodies survivor bias, where we remember it the best, romanticize the standard, and conveniently forget the worst. This is why nostalgia is a problem, is toxic, and why marketing people have tapped the nostalgia well for years, trying to sell you on the idea that everything now is worse than it was before, and that if you buy their little bauble, your life can have a moment where it's as good as we remember. That technique lets us quietly overlook basic and fundamental problems in the name of spending money on made-up memories. The DubbleFilm show, it lives in a world of nostalgia. And while it can take good photos, the hurdles it places in front of the photographer in order for that to happen make it a far cry from being the camera that you should want. It is definitely not the camera you need. But let's give the DubbleFilm show credit where it's due. This show is cute, very cute. The styling looks great, and the colors that the clone cameras come in of red, blue, yellow, and especially green look very nice. Whomever designed the camera's appearance should be very pleased with their work. If this camera had a good lens and mechanical components that worked with a modicum of reliability, this would be a far different review, because the DubbleFilm show does take a lot of the stress out of walk around, hang out with friends, record your life in the blur of future recollection photography. But all of that is stuff that comes secondary to the basic mandate of a camera: to take quality photographs and work reliably. My DubbleFilm show gave me myriad problems, and I had 0 rolls that I completed without camera-induced problems. The film pressure ridges scratched the backs of my negatives and left horizontal lines on every roll of film I ran through it. The frame counter reset every time it reached 18 frames, just spontaneously, a complaint I've heard from other users. The frame counter also reset anytime I carried the camera in my hand and accidentally bumped my leg, a tree stump, or a wall with my hand. The film door sometimes opened mid-roll, unprovoked. The shutter guillotines are not light-proof, and carrying the camera outside led to a hot red spot on the film from light that passed through the leaves and, semi-focused by the lens, created bright blotches on some of the images. I found this camera's faults infuriating, and you know what? The reloadable camera I bought online last year for $2.99 that came unopened and with some film that expired in 1989 had all the same problems. The same inside molding as the DubbleFilm, the same film door, and yes, everything but the front plate looked the same and could be swapped with the DubbleFilm. I don't like trashing cameras and camera companies. I want to see the camera brands succeed and grow, especially those with an investment in the analog space. But what this camera represents is a lack of interest in investing in the photographers who buy it. In fact, in my view, marketing such a wildly faulty camera product shows an abject disregard for the time, money, and photographic aspirations of those people in this camera's target market. If you really want the experience that this camera provides, grab an old, used, reusable camera off an online auction site. Save a ton of money. These cameras can take good photos, but that takes work and time, and for the cost of the DubbleFilm show when I bought it, which was a bit more than $70 then, and even now with its clones that sell for around $25, well, that's still a lot of money for the challenges that this camera will throw at you.